Pedirco para comprar regalos navideños. Gracias por su donación. Y para más en español, oprima el número 2.
Yeah, right. Hi there. Something about Christmas Express.
Pensamos que es bueno que la comunidad viene a soportar a mi familia y a la familia Pedirco con sus donaciones monetarias. Estoy cansado de ver las mismas caras en la audiencia de cada año, pero nos gusta el dinero. Es mi tiempo favorito del año y estamos entusiasmados que vienen a ver el talento de todos los tontos y donar su dinero a la familia Sharko y a la familia Pedirco. Que disfruten el show y oprima el número 9 para oír más. Déjenme oír un grito si vienen a donar a mi familia de Argentina Elementary.
Argentine Elementary. How many people can see? Give me a yeehaw if you're here to watch the folks from Argentine Elementary.
Déjenme oír otro grito si me van a dar muchas monedas del Central Elementary.
Central Elementary.
Have you seen Jenna?
Give me a yee-hoo if you're here to watch the folks from Central Elementary. Oh, I didn't do better than that. Let's try that again. Where's my people from Central Elementary? Give me a yee-hoo. You ever watch the folks from Central Elementary?
Griten a voz alta si vienen a donar dinero a la familia Pedirco de Hyatt Elementary.
Sounds like a Spanish hairball or something. I think he was trying to say Hyatt Elementary. Give me a wee-haw if you're here to watch the folks from Hyatt Elementary.
Déjenme escuchar sus gritos otra vez más si van a donar más dinero a nuestra familia de Linden Elementary.
Linden Elementary. Now I know these kids can be loud because I can hear them all the way from my house. How about a little boy howdy if you're here to watch the folks from Linden Elementary?
This is horrible.
Continúen gritando porque queremos todo el dinero de Linden Middle School para ambas familias.
Linden Middle School. That must be that group of people. I see some kids out in the middle there. The bigger kids, I think that's Linden Middle School. Let's hear y'all. Let's do a woo doggy if you're here to watch the people from Linden Middle School.
Abren la boca y griten a voz alta porque los maestros Sharko y Pedirco son los profesores mejores del mundo y nadie sabe lo que estamos diciendo en Linden High School.
Linden High School. That's those big kids in the back over there in the corner. See them? Give me a yippee-ki-yay if you're here to watch the folks from Linden High School.
Otra vez, gracias por venir esta noche soportando nuestra causa para donar dinero a las familias Sharko y Pedirco. Si tiene un celular, oprima el número 2475 para oír música navideña. ¿Y qué le importa si se molesta a otra gente? Si están cansados de sentarse, por favor, levántense los brazos y empiecen a caminar durante el show. Oprime el número 3 y gracias por su dinero. Nos gusta ir de vacaciones.
All right, y'all. I have no idea what she just said, but I do know that the show's getting ready to start. So
Can I have your attention for a second, please? Can I have your attention for just a second? Be quiet! Just kidding. Hey, we have a lot of people here, and it's so wonderful to see. I have to tell you, the last show we had some seats empty, and I was a little bit sad. We have sold out, and we're trying to let some other people in. So if you would please, if there's a seat between you and the next family, will you please push in a little bit and put all those seats together, and if there's some empty seats next to you, raise your hand so we can get these people in and start the show for you. And if you're in the back and you're standing, we apologize, but we're also glad that you're here. You can sit along that, on the floor back there or whatever. But if there's some seats, if you would just raise your hand, we can get as many people in here as we can, and we won't tell the fire marshal.
There's so much footage, it's so annoying. It's so cool. That was annoying. It's so annoying. And it was the longest part. Justin was tired, so I didn't have to go back. So, you know what I'm saying?
Starting in 60 seconds. There's a few seats still around. If you would please get a seat, come on in. Going to start in about 60 seconds.
Please, do everyone a favor. Please set all crying babies to vibrate. And if your phone goes off, please take it out in the hallway until it settles down. Thank you for supporting our cause. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Y ahora, la parte más importante de la noche. Ella ha ganado 3 Grammys para su canción Siéntate y Cállate. Ella puede nadar más rápido que Michael Phelps. Ella ha ganado el Nobel Prize 2 veces. También, quizás han visto a ella en Broadway en las producciones de Cats y Phantom of the Opera. Hablo de la fabulosa, la famosa, la increíble, la genialísima Deborah Hayes. Para oír más de Deborah Hayes, oprima el número 7.
Yeah, she's a noble person who loves cats, and her Grammy's name is Michael Phelps. Here to MC our show tonight is Deb Hayes.
Hi, I'm Deb Hayes. How are you guys doing in this area right here? Y'all good? You doing good? How about over here? How are you guys doing? I guess you're doing pretty well. How about over here? Screaming should be reserved for emergencies only. Okay, I know which area to watch. My name is Deb Hayes. I'm happy to welcome you to the 13th annual Linden Follies. And what I want to know here is, kids, this is what I want you to do. If you've been really good all year, I want you to raise your hands and hold them up. Just raise them, hold them up really high so your moms and dads can see them, so I can see them. Really high. I didn't say talk, I just said raise your hands. Excuse me, right in here, I spoke with your parents. Put your hands down, please. Because he knows if you've been bad or good, so you kids are out of luck right here. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah, you guys, talk to your folks, hands down. You can't have them up there. All right, okay. As I said, this is the 13th annual Linden Follies, and we're very pleased to have you here. I have to tell you, the sense of community here in Linden is so incredibly strong, and it isn't just this time of year. It's all year long. Like, for example, during homecoming week, when the businesses downtown, they let the kids decorate outside the businesses, and the whole downtown area was decorated for homecoming, and it just looked really great. And the businesses advertising and encouraging our sports teams and our bands by putting signs up outside of the stores and whatnot, and that's so encouraging and great for the kids. And well, when the boys cross country team won the state championship this year, they got an escort through town with the fire and police department, sirens blaring, lights going. It was really, really cool, very heartwarming. And then, of course, I come out here tonight, and I see you all here, and, you know, even in light of the economic problems we're having here in Michigan specifically, but nationwide for sure, you're all here, you filled all the seats, you're filling the aisles, you know, you paid for a ticket and you came in, and that is such a testament to your sense of community and sharing and caring here in Linden, and I am very proud to be a part of this. And on behalf of the Linden Education Association, we want to thank you so very, very much for being here and helping us to be able to make a large donation to the Angel Tree and the Christmas Express. So on behalf of them, thank you so much. This is for you. The first act tonight is our administration building. Now, if you've never been there, it's behind the high school. And it's not made out of, well, let's call it conventional siding on the outside. And so there have been some people who have nicknamed it the Ed Shed. I'll wait. Okay. It's really the Ed Shed now with our new superintendent, Ed Colito. That's right. Anytime I can get you to applaud for my boss, it makes me look good. So anytime is good. I like that. So Mr. Colito's been trying to get the people that work in the administration building, trying to get them to work better together as a team. So he took them to one of those team building things. And so what you're going to see now is an example of how they did. Here's the administration building.
All right, you guys, follow me. Now, the spider web is tough, and it didn't go so well, but that's okay, because sometimes you learn from your mistakes. Working as a team is all about learning from your mistakes, working together, and moving as a team, as a unit. So, you guys... Hey, you guys! What? What are you doing? You're supposed to be following me. Come on, you guys. I know the spider web didn't go so well. That's all right. It's tough to get people through that thing. The only one we got through was the teddy bear, but that's all right. We learned from our mistakes. This is the final exercise. It's like the culmination of all team building activities at Linden Base Camp. Now, what we've got to do is everybody get on the boards.
Fellas?
Get on the boards. Let's go.
Them? Okay.
Now, we got to work as a team. We've all got to move in the same direction. Jim?
Yeah.
We all got to move in the same direction.
That way?
We're heading that way, bud.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Go.
Right, left, right, left.
Cheryl, you weren't even on the boards. You guys, I got to I get this phone call. In the Army, when stuff was going this bad, we'd always like come up with a chant or something. Something that would work for us. Yep. Why you call me twice? I gotta take this, you guys.
Hurry, bye, we'll miss you. Oh, thank God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. You know what? What? I got something to say. You did? Say it loud. Yeah. Working together is not fun. That's the way we get things done. Instead of listening to Mr. Ed, all we do is shake our heads. Sound off. No way. Sound off. Go away. Sound off. No way.
Yeah, I gotta go. Did I just hear a chant?
No.
Well, I thought things were starting to improve here. Samantha, why are you sitting down?
Mr. Cleto, I have cramps.
You had cramps this morning before we left, yesterday, the day before, 2 weeks ago.
And in September. It used to work in gym class.
This isn't high school.
Whatever.
Evie, why are you painting your nails?
Because they're all chipped.
Do you think they're gonna dry before we have to do our next exercise?
Do you really think I care?
Pam, headphones. Pam, is that an iPod? Is that an iPod? No iPods.
But it's a good song. What song is it? Boogie Shoe. Oh,
Zero.
I love that song.
Put the bop it away. Jim, why are you on the phone?
I had to tell them I mailed their checks.
Okay, no cell phones, you guys. I've said this 100 times.
Okay.
I put mine away. Now, we've got to get... My sister keeps putting crazy rings on these things. Now, you guys...
Blame it on
I gotta get another phone call. You guys didn't even... You didn't even wear the uniform!
We don't like them!
What do you think, group? We can do this for Mr. Ed?
Sure. If you say so, Mr. Epler. Team. All right. Okay. We can do it. Jim says we can do it. We can do it, team.
We can do this. Right, left, right, left, right, left.
Wow! Yeah. You know what? Working together is lots of fun. That's the way we get things done. Cleto says close the deal. All we do is keep it real. Sound off. Action. Sound off. Teamwork. Sound off. We love Jimmy too.
Right, left, right, left.
I just want you to know that I am not at all responsible for anything that goes on up here, okay? Out here, when I got the microphone, yeah, that's my fault. But back there, it's not me. Okay, next we have Argentine Elementary, and they are going to do a number to All I Want for Christmas Is... No. My Two Front Teeth? That's old school, girl. No, all I want for Christmas is you.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Susie Brody. Do you remember me telling you how many years we've done the Follies? 13. Guess how many she's been in? 13. And tonight's her last one because she's retiring this year. Mrs. Susie Brody from Argentine Elementary. Congratulations, Susie. I wish it were me. No, just kidding. JK. Okay, so this next act, when they come out here, it's so hilarious because it reminds me so much of my own youth. This is the middle school and it's called Boogie Shoes. I still have some of those clothes in my closet. Every time we have 60s Day, man, I look so good. Next we have from Hyatt Elementary, Mrs. Heather Baldrige, and she's going to sing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Have yourself a merry
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Always wait for the music to end. Okay, now the next act is made up of some high school teachers and one teacher from Lindenau, Mr. Mike Gagne, and from the high school, Mr. Crane, Mr. Todd Skinner. Oh yeah, Mr. Crane, and then Mr. Skinner, and Mr. Niebudowski. And also playing from the middle school is Mr. Gaston. And the name of their band is Truancy. That's wild, isn't it? How appropriate. I think they might be set up back there. I think you'll recognize this song, but you're going to have to help with it, okay? Here they are, Truancy. Open the curtain.
All right, we got a packed house tonight. Are you ready to have some fun? Are you ready to make some noise? Hit it again.
Go, Mr. Crane!
Jenny, Jenny, who can I turn to? You give us something.
Yeah. They rocked, eh? Well, listen, it looks like all right, shh. It looks like the majority of people out here are students, and so I'm going to have to explain this next act a little bit, although if your grandparents are out there, they're going to understand it. Back in the 50s and 60s, there was a show called the Art Linkletter Show. Any parents remember that, or grandparents remember that? Yeah. And I used to watch it, which means I was around. I told you about the clothes. There's a theme here tonight, and the theme is I'm old. Anyway, Art used to get these kids, little kids up, and he'd ask them all kinds of questions, and the questions were always very unpredictable, and some of them rather surprising. Well, our school board has resurrected this show, and they're going to be interviewed not by Art Linkletter, but Ed Linkletter.
Thank you, Debbie. Welcome to the show. Kids say the darndest things. Kids, come on out. We've got 4 youngsters from the elementary schools in Linden. And I've got some questions for them, and we'll go through and see some of the things they'll say. Hi, Stevie. Stevie is a first grader at Hyatt Elementary School. Stevie, how are you?
I'm fine.
Well, first question, Stevie, your hair. Who cuts your hair? I mean, what happened to your hair?
Well, I have to keep it really short because if it grows and it touches my ears, it goes crazy.
And then?
Well, and then some people think I look like a idiot or something like that. Idiot.
Oh, I don't think so, Stevie. Now, what does your father do for a living?
Well, my dad. Mom, where's Dad? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, my dad, anyways, he raises funds.
Oh, he raises funds. He's a fundraiser. Who does he raise funds for?
Well, he raises funds, just like Mr. Mike Engelter. He's a fundraiser. And, well, just like Mr. Mike, he raises funds for himself.
Oh, for himself. I'll have to talk to Mike about that. Now, by the way, Stevie, what happened to your lip?
Oh, I scratched it when I was touching my nose with my finger.
Can you explain how that happened, Stevie?
Well, I took this finger, and I reached up and touched my nose. And then I took this finger, and I reached up and touched my nose. And that's all.
Stevie, you weren't picking your nose, were you?
No!
Thanks, Stevie. Next we have little Pammy. Pammy is a kindergartner at Argentine Elementary School. Pammy, you're missing a few teeth. Now, how many are you missing?
4.
Now, do you have a tooth fairy that comes to your neighborhood to give you money when you lose your teeth?
Yeah.
How much do you get from the tooth fairy?
A quarter.
A quarter. Now, where does the tooth fairy get that kind of money? If you want to talk, you got to play nice, Pammy.
From God.
Okay, and where does God get the money?
Oh, well, he cashes a check.
Oh, God just cashes a check. All right, Pammy. Now, what age would you like to be, Pammy?
21.
21. Why would you want to be 21?
So I can get married.
Wow. I mean, have you ever even been kissed yet, Pammy?
No!
Well, that's a good thing. You're only 5. Say, what kind of man would you like to marry?
You?
Well, gosh, thank you, Pammy. That's awful nice. Next we have Mikey. Mikey's a first grader out at Linden Elementary School. Mikey, how do you suppose people lose their hair?
I have to go potty.
We'll get there in a second, Mikey.
Lose their hair? They don't.
They don't. Now, then where does their hair go?
It just turns into fat.
Okay.
Now, I see you have a few teeth coming in, Mikey. What does your dentist say about that?
He says, you got summer teeth.
Summer teeth? Now, what does he mean by that?
He said, summer here, summer there.
Okay. Mikey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
A doctor. Now, let's say I came to you as a doctor and I had a stomach ache. What would you do?
Should I show you?
Well, yeah, sure, Mikey, you can show me.
I'll sit you down. I'll sit you down here, and I pat you on your back, and I burp you. Oh, jeez. See, it works.
You're going to be a great doctor, Mikey. Wow.
You have lint on your back.
Well, thank you, Evie. You're welcome. Now, Evie, how old is your mom?
You know, my mommy really loves you. Daddy doesn't know, but I do because it's a secret.
She loves the TV show. Great.
No, she loves you.
Okay, we'll get into that a little later, Evie. Now, but what about your mom? How old is your mom?
40.
40. Is it true that life begins at 40?
No, it begins at 3 because that's when school gets out.
Oh, okay. Now, Evie, is your dad, you spoke of him earlier, is your dad a gentleman?
Oh, yeah, he's a real gentleman.
Evie, what is a gentleman?
It's a man who puts the seat down on the toilet.
Oh, I think I qualify. What's your favorite Bible story, Evie?
Adam and Eve and the apple.
Who took the first bite?
Adam and then Eve.
Boy, I bet God was mad.
Oh, yeah. They went down there, and then they transferred to Fenton.
Whoa. Evie, let's talk about pets. Do you have any pets?
I have a dog.
Oh, what's his name?
Duchess. It's a girl.
Oh, I'm sorry. Duchess is a girl. Does Duchess have a pedigree?
Huh?
Does she have a pedigree?
No, she didn't even go to college.
Oh. Well, thank you guys. Yeah?
We forgot to tell you that our buddy Scotty is homesick. We think he might have the mumps.
Okay, we'll get you guys all checked for that later. Scotty is one of our students that we had to go without tonight because he did have a temperature of 103.6. But for all of our kids, if we could have a nice round of applause. We've got a state-of-the-art transistor AM radio with a single monochrome speaker, runs on a 9-volt battery from Rayovac, one of our sponsors. Kids, we've got that back there for you. If we want to grab our chairs and head back, we'll get into those radios. And we've got some recess and some snacks planned too. Heading that way, guys, heading that way. Thank you, and stay tuned for another episode of Ed Linkletter's Kids Say the Darndest Things.
Please, I'm concentrating. I'm not doing that. And you knew that all along, didn't you? Sure. Okay. We have a news program next, and it's called Linden Weekend Update. I think you're going to enjoy this. Linden Weekend Update. It'll take just a second to get all the technology going. I'll just go over there.
Sound check. Check. Oh. Check. Check. Check.
8675309.
That's Jenny. She always calls me.
All right. Good evening. I'm Bridget Colito.
And I'm Brett Smith.
Our first story tonight comes from Linden High School, where Tuesday around 2 p.m., a lunar eclipse was spotted in the hallway.
Did you say lunar eclipse?
Lunar eclipse. Scientists were baffled at first, but are no longer interested due to the fact that hundreds have been spotted daily. They have mentioned that pieces may be breaking off because some have been spotted at the middle school, the elementary, and yes, even the preschool.
I guess you could say that was a fruit of the moon moment. In other high school news, there will be a food drive for our freshman class soup kitchen. This will allow the freshmen to actually get a warm meal at school and not have to worry about an upperclassman taking cuts.
Our second story comes to us tonight from the middle school, where there was a traffic jam on the never-ending S-Way from Lobdell Lake Road to the middle school. The cause of the traffic jam was unknown at news time.
Was that our state champion cross-country runners?
I think so. Yep. Speaking of the place where eagles grow, a new drop-off area has been designed at the middle school to help the flow of traffic.
Further signs of the bad economy were apparent today when the BBC network reported that it would be making budget cuts. When reached for comment, Tinky Winky said, "Big hugs." And Poe said, "I say, I can't believe they got rid of me. Dipsy was on my wick because he was always late. And Lala thinks she's the pig's ears. I think it's rubbish."
Well, on a good note, there may be a few jobs available at Linden Community Schools, as some teachers will be retiring this year.
Oh, I wonder who will apply for these jobs.
There's a new director of early childhood education at Argentine Elementary. Mrs. Macaruhuchu?
Bless you. Are you okay?
I talked to one of the kindergartners. It's Mrs. Macaraka?
How about if we just call her Mrs. Mack?
Due to recent numerous pregnancies at Hyde Elementary, the district has requested water testing. And we have the results. Those of you who work at Hyatt may want to bring bottled water for a while.
On a totally unrelated story, Principal Brian Boudreau is recovering nicely from back surgery. In political news, the recent choice of a person in a high position has caused what locals are referring to as a love fest for the candidate. There were many worthy opponents. There were smooth talkers. There were fast talkers. There were people from other states.
I do declare.
And there were a couple of square ones. All the candidates had strong points, but the people spoke openly in public about their candidate, and they got their man. I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Barack Obama?
No, Mr. Ed Colito? Here with a few words about Mr. Colito is Mr. Colito's grandma, Grammy and Kuda. Welcome, Grammy.
Hello, Mr. Smith.
What do you think of your grandson getting the job as superintendent?
Oh, I am so excited little Eddie's become Superman. Yeah. For the longest time, he used to run around and pretend he was Wonder Woman. I thought he would never grow out of that, my little Eddie Pie.
Thank you, Grammy and Kuda. Linden Community Schools, I better take this phone call. Hello? Mr. Colito? Thank you. This just in. Tomorrow will be a snow day. In other network news, NBC announced it will be canceling this year's version of The Biggest Loser. When asked why the network was canceling the popular late-night TV show, a spokesman for NBC said, "The biggest loser in the nation had already been determined."
At Central Elementary, there's a new recess program, Fun at Recess Time. This new program allows students to release all of the energy that they have stored up in class all morning, and also at lunchtime. A Central student named Art was feeling relief as he no longer would be blamed for all of the horn playing at recess.
Warning, this program is not recommended for use during the rainy season. It may cause messy conditions. It's Linden Community Schools again. Hello? Mr. Colito. This just in. Tomorrow will not, I say not, be a snow day. here's a list of next week's stories. Glitches in the Linden Community Schools automated calling system.
Trimesters, not just for pregnant women anymore.
And the biggest April Fool's joke ever, pulled off by a superintendent at 5 a.m. in December. That's it for Linden Weekend Update. I'm Brett Smith.
And I'm Bridget Colito, hoping that you all have a
Joyous holiday season. Thank you and good night.
Like I said, I'm not responsible for anything other than what I do. Okay. Now, we need to, right here on my notes it says stall. Stall? Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Oh, there we go. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, stall. First off, I want to remind you of some of the things that are happening this weekend here in Linden. For those of you who have little people that need to shop and do other things, this weekend in downtown Linden, there's Breakfast with Santa at 8:30 at Hyatt. And then there's the Secret Santa Workshop at Linden L at 10 o'clock. I think that's the one where you send $5 in with your child and they can buy gifts for the entire family. I think it's something like that. And then there's the parade at noon. So that's in downtown Linden. And the other thing that I wanted to say to you earlier is, you know, I talked a lot about our businesses, our local businesses, supporting our kids here at the schools and everything, and I hope you'll do the same by supporting them and keeping our community tight. Friday, tomorrow night, there's caroling at the gazebo, and they'll be lighting the gazebo, and they're having lots of sales at the local businesses tomorrow night while they're doing that lighting. They're staying open later and doing that, so it'll be a lot of fun for everybody. Okay? How many of you have ever seen Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And how many of you think you are? Oh, please raise your hands. Come on. Here's Central Elementary with Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? My name is Steph Foxworthy, and I would like to introduce our classmates for tonight from Central Elementary School in Linden, Michigan. Come on out, fifth graders. We have Kiara, Misha, Anna, Gretchen, and Chloe. Give them a round of applause, please. And we have a special guest in the house tonight. Please help me welcome the cat in the hat. Come on out, Cat. Welcome. Now, Cat, I understand that you're playing for a very special charity tonight. What charity are you playing for?
I am playing for Christmas Express.
Wonderful charity. They help a lot of families in Linden, Michigan. Good luck tonight, Cat.
Thank you.
Now, Kat, you know how our game is played. If you do not answer all of these questions correctly, you have to admit something to the audience. What does she have to admit, class?
I'm not smarter than a fifth grader.
Okay, good luck, Kat. Do you promise to admit?
Yes, I promise.
Okay. Kat, I need you to pick your first classmate to give you some help with these questions.
I will pick Kira.
Okay, Kira, come on over.
I'm really good. I'm good.
Which category are you going to be playing for?
First grade grammar.
Okay, listen carefully. What is the fancy word in this sentence? The fancy word. The sun did not sparkle. It was too cold to play. So we sat in that house on that cold, wet day. Classmates have locked in.
Sparkle is the answer I want to say because I'm having such a fabulous day.
Okay, is sparkle the fancy word? Yes, it is. Good job, Kira. Good job, Kat. All right, let's move on to our next category. What are you good at, Kira?
Geography. Second grade geography.
Okay, second grade geography.
I'm good.
Now you do know that these questions get harder as we go. Okay, here we go. How many schools are there in Linden, Michigan? How many schools in Linden, Michigan? Ooh, fast buzzers, locked in. You know it, Kira? Okay.
Ooh, I'm going to have to copy. Boy, your writing is very sloppy.
Sorry.
I'm in a terrible fix. Thank goodness Kara told me the answer was 6.
Oh, I think it's right.
Let's see if Kira's right. Is it 6? Yes, it is! 2 in a row. Thank you, Kira. Okay, Kat, you need to pick your next classmate to help you out. Gretchen, come on over. Kat, I have to tell you, we have a special surprise for you tonight. Your 5th grade teacher, Miss Sullick, sent in your 5th grade picture, and here it is! You haven't changed a bit, Kat. Very nice. Okay, what category would you like to play for tonight?
Well, I'm very good at all of them, but I think I'll pick science. Do you like science?
3rd grade science it is.
Okay, here we go. What part of the fish allows it to breathe under the water? Under the water. All locked in?
Ooh, I know this one. This game is really very fun. Ooh, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Gills is the answer. I hope, I wish.
Is it gills? Yes, it is. Good job. You are good at 3rd grade science. Let's move on to the next one. What category, Gretchen, would you like to pick to help the cat?
4th grade social studies.
4th grade social studies it is. These are getting tough. What direction is at the top of the compass rose? The very top direction of the compass rose.
I don't know. The answer is on the tip of my nose. I must come forth and tell you it's north.
Is north correct? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you, Gretchen. Okay, we have one more question to go, Kat.
Okay.
And I have to remind you, you have 4 questions correct in a row. If you get this last one correct, Christmas Express will be getting some money. If you do not answer this question correctly, you're going to disappoint the whole town of Linden. Okay, who are you going to pick?
I pick Annie.
Come on over, Annie. Oh, the cowgirl's here tonight. Okay, Annie.
I'm ready.
We have one category left, 5th grade math.
I'm expert at math.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. All you audience members, try to get this answer correct as well. What is 2 to the 6th power? 2 to the 6th power. I'll give you some time. Oh, our classmates don't need any extra time. Annie's locked in. What do you think, Cap?
I'm not very good at math. I have to ask Annie to help me on the right path. Ooh, this game is such a bore. She just told me the answer was 64.
Is it 64?
Yeah.
Yay! Nice job, Annie. You pulled through. Good job, Kat.
Kat did a good job, didn't she?
Okay, Kat. 5 in a row. Fantastic job. I think you have something to say to our audience.
These fifth graders are very wise, but good thing my brain is big in size. I am smarter than a fifth grader.
Hey, good job, Kat. Bye-bye.
I just love doing that. Whoa. And now, two of my very good friends are coming out to join me, Melissa Layton and Sherry Raybert, and we're going to sing.
We are? You sure? She told me I have to behave, so.
Hey, I heard that.
She's my friend.
Is that?
Right? You said you checking.
All right.
You can't see? Is that what's wrong?
No, it's not on.
We're having technical difficulties.
Oh, that sounds nice. I got it right.
This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice. The sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too. Sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind and we'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. Ooh. This is the sound of
Thank you. Let me get my cards out here. Oh, I'm done with that one. Okay, now our school board, there's 7 members of the school board, and they all want to be in the show. You know, and they were the ones that were up here as little kids the first time around. Well, then the other ones were like, well, we want to come out there too, and they are the school board, so we let them do pretty much what they want to do. And so they're going to come out again and do some more interviews with little kids with Ed Linkletter. And I think we're ready, so here he is, Ed Linkletter.
Debbie, I don't know what you do to get these people to cheer for me, but I really appreciate that. It's almost like you intend to do it.
Oh, no, it's like, it's them. They're doing it.
I love it. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning back in to Kids Say the Darndest Things. Kids, come on out. We've got another group from the Linden Elementary Schools, Hyatt, Central, Lindenell, and Argentine. Mikey, we're down here, buddy. Just like we did in rehearsal. Mikey, we're down here, buddy. Hey, Mikey. I love that, Mikey. Laney, are you okay? All right. Well, we're ready to go. We're going to start out with Ricky. Hey, there's my dad. Hi, Ricky's dad. Well, Ricky, what are you going to be when you grow up?
Either a bus driver or a pilot.
A bus driver or a pilot? Now, Ricky, let's say you were a pilot. You're flying in your airplane, full crew on board, passengers, and all 4 engines go out. What are you going to say?
Our Father, which art in heaven.
That's good, Rick. That's a very smart, probably the best thing you could do. What's the hardest thing for you about school?
Buttoning my pants.
Well, that worked out good for you today, thank God. Now, you're a pretty good-looking guy, dressed pretty nice. Do you have a girl?
Huh?
You know, a girl.
Oh, girlfriend. Yeah, I got 3 of them. But they're all older than me. I like them when they're older because they're more mature and they got money and stuff.
You get the older ones because they're more mature?
Yeah, and they got money and stuff.
Well, how much older than you are they, Ricky?
Well, I'd have to ask my daddy to be sure, but the one I know is like 30. She's 30, and that's one I know for sure. The others I'd have to ask my daddy to make sure.
But your daddy knows how old they are, right?
Yeah.
How does he know?
Because he's been seeing them for a long time.
Ricky, are these your girlfriends or your daddy's girlfriends?
Yeah, the one's 30 and she's all mine.
All right, well, thank you, Ricky. Next we have Laney. Laney is from Central Elementary School. Laney, what do you want to be when you're all grown up?
An actress or an artist.
An actress or an artist? Like an actress in motion pictures?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to give you a little test. Have you done any acting before?
Lots.
Okay. Well, say Ed Linkletter like you're really mad.
Ed Linkletter like you're really mad.
Wow, well, that was nice. Laney, what do you think would make the perfect husband?
Someone with lots of money, who loves horses, and will let me have 22 kids without putting up a fight.
Wow, what do you think you want to be when you grow up, Laney?
I want to be a nun.
All right, good choice. Laura Lou, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Probably an actress.
Oh, an actress, like a movie star?
Oh, movie star, yeah.
Oh, well, what does a movie star do, like day in, day out? You know, the first thing in the morning, throughout the day, last thing at night.
Well, I know that they would go in a movie-style car to a movie-style studio and have a movie-style lunch, and then they'd go home in a movie-style car, and then they would have movie-style dinner, and then they would just watch TV and go to bed with a movie-style husband.
Oh, that sounds like a full day. Laura Lou, when do you think your parents are the happiest?
Probably when my brothers aren't fighting or when I'm asleep.
When you're sleeping?
Yeah, when I'm asleep.
Laura Lou, how do you know your parents are the happiest when you're sleeping?
Because I'm not always all the way asleep.
If you're not quite asleep, how do you know they're happy?
Well, because I hear them giggling, and it's probably at the TV.
Oh, okay. Now, what's your favorite Bible story, Laura Lou?
I like the one about Noah and the ark.
What is it about that?
That's when God goes and Noah goes and picks two kinds of all the animals that there are in the whole world, and he makes them go all in the boat, and then they go away where there's no water.
Oh, now why did he pick two of each kind of animal?
I guess in case one got sick and died.
Okay, that makes sense.
But my dad told me that Noah had to go fishing for his food.
Oh, he had to fish to feed all the people on the boat?
Yeah, but I don't think that's right because he only brought 2 worms.
Good thinking. Now, I bet before you came down here tonight, your parents gave you some advice, something you needed to make sure you did while you were on TV for all of Linden. What kind of advice did they give you?
My mom told me lots of things, but one thing she said was that I should always keep my legs together.
Good advice. Thanks, Laura Lou. Next, we have Mikey. Now, Mikey, your parents probably gave you the same type of advice?
No.
Well, suppose if your parents did give you advice, Mikey, what do you think they would have said?
Not to pick my nose.
Sound advice. Now, what do you think is the first thing in the morning that you think of, and probably the last thing before you go to bed at night that you think of?
Well, in the morning when I get up, first thing, I go to the bathroom.
Okay, and the last thing?
Brush my teeth. Go to the bathroom.
You do get out of the house during the day, don't you, Mikey?
Not the bathroom.
Okay. Now, well, let's see here. It says that the teacher said you had a pet skunk. That's kind of a different type of pet, Mikey. What's the name of your pet skunk?
Rosebud.
A pet skunk named Rosebud. Well, where's Rosebud at now?
Oh, Rosebud's in skunk heaven.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mikey. Rosebud passed away. I wonder what it's like there in skunk heaven.
Well, pretty smelly.
Hey, well, thank you, Mikey, and thank all of you guys for tuning in to another episode of Kids Say the Darndest Things. Kids, I've got some excitement for you. We've got the latest invention. It's called the hula hoop. I'm going to show you how to use this hula hoop backstage, so grab your chairs. We'll head on back. Pardon, Laura Lou?
A pink one.
We've got pink, we've got red, we've got blue with a button.
Purple.
And we've got purple. So let's grab our chairs and head on back. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Kids Say the Darndest Things. You can go that way, Mikey.
I just wanted to let you know before we bring the next act out that I know there was a tree on this side and a tree on this side, and we brought some of the angel tree little ornaments that are on there. They're on those trees. If your family thought they could afford to sponsor a child this year in the local community, there are some angels on the angel tree. So as you're going out, if you could grab one, if you can, and if you can't, hey, that's okay too. But we just wanted to let you know they were out there. We still have quite a few kids that haven't been covered yet. Now I watched this last act, or this next act, and I was thinking, you guys probably, you might look at it and go, what are they doing there? But haven't you ever wondered what teachers do on those teacher work days at the beginning of the school year, or during their planning period, or when we're having staff development? Or haven't you ever wondered what they do? Good Good answer. Good answer. Well, now you're about to find out because here's Hyatt Elementary Olympics.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2008 Hyatt Elementary Olympics. This is Mr. Boudreaux with his sidekick, Mr. Bananas, for your play-by-play action. Let's welcome our Hyatt teams. These are some of the greatest athletic imposters in the world. Representing the pink team will be Heidi the Hammer Pfeiffer. Laura, don't call me little guy. Terrible Terry Tibbetts. And Sue Crazy Canadian Thomas. On our white team, it'll be Betsy Boom Boom LaFond, along with Anna the Animal Jensen, Marcia the Book Strobel, and Dory I Want to Be Like Heidi Warren. Our blue team is led by Becky Mad Dog Miller, Heather the Babe Baldridge, and I'm So Strong, and Raquel the Nasty One Nastali. These teachers will be competing in an obstacle course which will require them to use their speed, agility, endurance, teamwork, and crowd control. They have to depend on their classroom smarts to survive. They've had no practice and they really don't know what they're doing on these. The events today are pencil sharpening, paper sorting, and classroom control. The classroom control portion will require some audience participation. So those of you who know Mr. Bananas, when he speaks, we will ask you to make as much noise as possible and see if the teachers can get you under control. That will be our crowd control portion of the event. Okay? We're going to also, one member of each team will be required to hold it. And if you're wondering what it is, it's typical what we see every day. Somebody's got a problem and they can't hold it, but they'll be holding it and trying to get to the event. And finally, so are we ready to start? All right, let's begin with our pencil sharpening teams. Ready, begin. Look at those athletes go. Tremendous skill required here. The blue team's off to a great start. They're doing a great job. And now, Mr. Bananas! Blue team, get this crowd under control. Blue team, we need some noise. Come on, work on crowd, get with her. Follow those claps. Great job, Miss Dolly. I think that's worth an 8. Oh, it looks like they're struggling a little bit. And here we go. Are we ready for the next crowd control? Mr. Bananas! Okay, the pink team. Mrs. Tibbetts, get them under control. We're having trouble. All right. Great job. That's worth a 9. Great job, Mrs. Tibbetts. Oh, I think the white team, Mr. Banana says white team. Oh.
He's cheating, Mr. Boudreaux.
What do we have here? Is that an electric pencil sharpener? Yeah. Is that some type of performance enhancer, steroid type thing that we should be using? I think you know better than that. Only during meat tests are you allowed to use performance enhancers. You are disqualified. Go to the end of the line. Start all over. All right. White team. Blue team, you need to get this crowd under control. Okay. We're on to paper sorting. Blue team, you need to do your crowd control. Mrs. Warren, that's you. Oh, I'm sorry, you're white team. I'm sorry, but... Try again. Old school, just shouting at this is not very effective. All right, looks like we moved on to paper sorting and having all kinds of problems over there, fighting for space. Here comes Becky.
Mrs. Jensen, I got a new puppy last night. He scratched me. Want to see it? Honey, that's great. I'm kind of busy right now, though. My cousin had a baby, and they have a picture. You want to see a picture? Yeah, sure, okay, all right, sure. That's great, honey, that's great. All right, we talk about this another time. Other time. Okay, it's really cute.
Okay, great job. Way to keep that distraction away from your paper sorting. Okay, great job. Where's Becky again? We have another distraction scheduled here. Can the pink team handle a distraction?
Mrs. Guy, Mrs. Guy, Mrs. Guy, Mrs. Guy. Oh, Tyler is looking at my paper. Okay, use Tyler, do your own words! Becky, use your words. Tell him how you feel and what you want, honey. Oh, Debbie won't stop. Just write it on a sticky note.
Keep going. Keep sorting those papers, ladies. Are almost done. Okay. There's Mrs. Tattlebaum taking her out. Good job. She's back on task. Nice job, Mrs. Guy. Way to keep that going. All right. We're almost finished. Looks like the white team, the pink team has moved into the lead. Uh-oh, Becky's back again.
Mrs. Baldridge. Yes, Becky. I don't feel good. Oh, honey, can you make it to the bathroom? Okay. Oh, honey.
I don't think she's going to.
Honey, I don't think I can make it.
We need to be creative here. Oh, nice job. Here comes Principal Tattlebaum.
Where's the janitor? Kelly! Where's the janitor?
Looks like we have a sub today. You're on your own for cleaning that up, Mr. Tattlebaum. All right. Nice job there. That way to make Becky feel good. All right. The blue team is still in the lead. Looks like we're wrapping it up. Okay. Can everybody hold it? It's kind of tight. We're there in the end. Uh-oh. There goes Mrs. Strong. She can't hold it any longer. We have an accident over there. All right. All right. I think we're wrapping it up. We have our first finisher. It is the pink team. The pink team is our winner, followed by the blue team. And of course, our white team was disqualified for using performance enhancers. Great job, ladies. And remember, at Hyatt, you're always winners.
Good job, ladies.
No medals, huh? You guys, get the papers. I have to find my way out of here. Where's my... Just a little cleanup. I do a lot of this at my house. Lift the rug up, put stuff underneath of it. Throw the dirty dishes in the oven when someone's coming over. You know you do it too. Don't even. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Don Gaston, right over here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gaston. And now, from Linden Elementary, Ghouls, Thriller. That's great, wasn't it? That was fantastic. At this point, we'd like to bring a few people up on stage. I'd like to get Susie Ward, who's in charge of the Christmas Express, and Francis Boone, who's in charge of the angel tree that I talked to you about. The little angels are out on the tree still. Have them come up on the stage. I'd also like to bring out our Linden Education Association President, Kathy North. By the way, I want to let you know that Kathy is the reason that this show is on right now. About 13 and a half years ago, she came up with the idea, and she and Sherry Rayvert sat down and worked it out. And the reason that we've been doing this for 13 years is because of Kathy North right here.
That's very generous, but that's not really true. The real brains behind this whole organization is Sherry Rayvert in the back there on the soundboard, and Debbie Hayes. Without them, this wouldn't happen. The best part of tonight is having the chance to give away some money. And we were pretty excited after the first show because we had about $4,000. And we thought this time of year that was pretty good effort. Like Deb said earlier, the best part of living in this community and being a part of this community is the way we all kind of take care of each other. So I'm very excited to pass along to Christmas Express and the Angel Tree on behalf of not only our Education Association, but our whole school family, about $6,000. It's really, really remarkable. But before Frances talks, while she catches her breath here, you should know that Christmas Express isn't just a December kind of thing. These two ladies and their committees and their volunteers work all year long, and they work very tirelessly. So I'd like to have Frances say a few words, if you would, please.
Well, I get tired. We have about a little over 100 children this year, so far. We're expecting 300. So we have a ways to go, and it's just, you just won't believe the beautiful presents that the people are buying for the angels. It's just over and above last year and the year before. It's just amazing with the times as hard as they are, and I just appreciate it so much. And if any of you have bought for an angel, just really know it makes their Christmas so much happier, and it just really makes me happy. And I just thank you.
I would like to thank you too on behalf of Christmas Express. Thank Linden Community Schools for putting on the Follies again this year. It was great. And also thank the community of Linden, all of you folks who come out to support the Follies. Not only is it entertaining, but it really goes to a good cause. Times are tough right now, everyone knows that, and right now, more families than ever, families right here in our own school district are needing assistance just to put food on the table. So it's our goal at Christmas Express and Angel Tree to help these families have a warmer and brighter Christmas. And thanks to all of you, hopefully we can do that. Merry Christmas.
So if you could, on your way out the door, there are some people out there with cans, and if you can dig inside your pockets and find that last quarter or 75 cents, for every dollar raised for the food bank, $14, or every dollar donated, these folks with their wild shopping can generate about $14 in the food bank. So if you could find one more dollar, I'm sure the people in the back would be glad to take it. Thank you very much.
$6,000. Yes, 6,000. 6 3 zeros. Yes, thank you, ladies, for your efforts. Well, we have one more number for you tonight, and we hope that towards the end of it you'll join us in singing. And we're going to start with Argentine Elementary, and they're going to start us off with White Christmas.